Oh.
Welcome to Garden of the Spirit, a class studying apples from the orchard for the second time around. This class meets in Long Meadow, Massachusetts, and is the center of the universe, and is held in memory of Malka Rus Bas Moshe Margaret Vogel of blessed memory, who derives much nachas from her son Rudy. Apples from the Orchard contain selections of teachings of Kabbalah from the Arizal, Rabbi Yitzchak Luria, based on the weekly Torah portion, superbly translated and explained by Rabbi Moshe Wisniewski. You know, when I leave and I say Long Meadow, center of the universe, feels funny. When I'm here, it sounds okay, but when I leave, it sounds very silly. What did we do last week?
So we were on 67.
67.
Yeah, and we finished the names, Kel, the sideburns and the cheeks. And I think it's in our discussion.
We're up to the numerical value of Yitzchak.
Yeah, now we're starting Yitzchak. There you
Yes,
go.
last week we
Finish
did.
Avram and Sarah.
Last week we did Cal, which is 31 times 8 equals Avraham 248. And we said, why are there 8? That was with the corners of the beard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the two cheeks.
The 3 corners of the beard plus the 2 cheeks.
Right.
But there's no hair. And we also said that it's the first of the 13 midos. Hashem, Kel, Rachum v'Chanun.
Right.
Okay, Gershon, I have to say this. You look like you work at a radio station. The cap, the stuff, the wacky things on the wall behind you.
Looks like an announcer.
The whole house will listen to us, which is
That's
fine.
right. You look like a radio host
Or a talk show host.
Talk show host or a sports show host.
A DJ, yes, sure.
No, not DJ, talk show host.
All right, talk show host.
TV, talk show host. All these.
I'll ask the tough questions.
Yeah.
You got a guest behind you in that empty chair.
It's for the wife when we look at something together.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm just pointing it out.
Okay.
It's my co-pilot.
Co-pilot chair.
Can you read this, Alan?
Yes.
Big enough for you?
Yes.
How about now?
He's
it's good.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
So we did Avraham for 248 last week. Now we're going to go to Yitzchak. Yitzchak is 208.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I remember how we got into this. Yitzchak is 208. 8 times 26. So it's 8 times Havaya. Avraham was 8 times Aleph Lamed, Kel. And Yitzchak is 8 times Yud Kei Vav Kei, 8 times 26. First, where do we get 8? First, our 5 states of Gvura. And which I'm almost sure, I think we had other places, means the Gvura of Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes, Netzach, and Hod. There are 3 more states of Gvura in Yesod that are sweetened by 3 states of Chesed in Yesod. What is this? One moment. Yeah, we're going to explain more of this later, but we had a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we had a similar.
Possibly in Noach, the new chapter in Noach, that there were 5 states of Gvura, and 3 of them get sweetened outright by 3 states of Chesed. And then there were 2 left over, and they get sweetened in some way.
Yeah, they join together, yeah.
So those 3 states of Gvura, and this will be explained in 21, if I'm not mistaken. The 3 more states of Gvura in Yesod that were sweetened by 3 states of Chesed in Yesod. Thus, we have 8 states of Gvura. Additionally, the letters of Yitzchak, Yud Tzadik Ches Kuf, can be scrambled to read Kates Chai. Kates is the end, or the end of, and Chai is one who's alive. Kates Chai, the end of the one who's alive, or possibly the tip of the end of who's alive. And this is, I guess, the central extremity. Refers to the bris, which can be considered alive when it's in an aroused state. We use the word alive as a euphemism, for a bris in its aroused state. We say mace, that it's dead when it's in a how do you say it? Flaccid?
Flaccid.
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 Okay, then why they need two C's for that? Okay, in its flaccid state. So this idea of Yitzchak, I guess, it just connects Yitzchak with Yesod. The 5 states of Chesed, the 5 states of Gvura, and that's from Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes, and Netzach, and Hod. Seems that they coalesce or settle in Yesod. Okay, Alan. So we'll begin here on page 67.
The numerical value.
Correct.
The numerical value of the name Yitzchak is 8 times that of the name Havaya, 26. Yitzchak, which is Yud Tzadik Ches Kaf, 10 plus 90 plus 8 plus 100 is 208, which is 8 times 26. These 8 names Havaya are the 8 states of Gevurah of Yitzchak, each one corresponding to one name Havaya. The explanation of this is as follows. It is known that there are 5 states of Gevurah which are signified by 5 names Havaya, whose combined numerical value is 130. For just as there are 5 states of Chesed signified by Abraham, there are 5 states of Gevurah signified by Yitzchak. We mentioned the 5 states of Gevurah when das above. 26 times 5 is 130.
And what was 130? Don't remember.
That's the 5. That's the 5 states of. Yeah.
It's 26.
26 times
26
5.
times 5.
5 names of Havaya.
As opposed to 8 times 26.
Right.
What was special? Oh, okay. For what we're learning here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 states of Gevurah.
Yes, got it. Of course.
Now.
Okay, 68.
68, yes. There are another 3 states of Gevurah in Yesod, these being the 3 states of Gevurah that are sweetened by the 3 exposed states of Chesed in Yesod, as we will explain when we discuss the name Yosef. It is known further that Yitzchak may be read the end of the living one, which refers to Yesod. Yitzchak, Yud Tzadik Ches Kuf, permutes to spell Chetz Chai, Kuf Tzadik Ches Yud, the end of the living one. Yesod is called the living one, since the body part to which it corresponds, the male reproductive organ, manifests the properties of life, that is growth and change, relative to the more static, inert, or dead limbs of the rest of the body. Thus we have 8 states of Gevurah, which are 8 names Havaya, which together equal Yitzchak. These 8 states are also explained in our exposition of the verse on the day Yitzchak was weaned.
Okay, and I didn't learn that one yet. Okay, so that is Yitzchak. 21. Yosef is 156, which is 6 times 26 for 6 times Havaya. 5 states of Chesed and 5 states of Gvura. Again, Chesed and Gvura of Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes, Netzach, and Hod gather in Yesod. We've mentioned before that Yesod of Ima impacts until the upper third of Tiferes. Therefore, the Chesed and Gvura of Chesed and Gvura remain under the influence of intellect and are considered hidden. Chesed and Gvura of the next three, Tiferes, Netzach, and Hod, are revealed in Yesod. It's true that all 5 states of Chesed and Gvura are treated the same. For Chesed, all 5 states are transferred to Nukva when Ze'er Anpin and Nukva interact.
Mhm.
And all 5 states of Gvura are given to Das of Nukva. So on the one hand, we look at all 5 as a group,
Yeah.
5 of Chesed and 5 of Gvura, and we look at them that they get treated. The same thing happens to them. But however, if we start to look carefully, it's the 3 lower revealed states of Chesed and Gvura that remain in Yesod. So 3 for Chesed and 3 for Gvura. It's these 6 states of Havaya that equal Yosef, 156. 6 times 26. Okay?
Mhm.
Alan, why don't you continue? We will now explain.
We will now explain the name Yosef, for he is connected with Yitzchak, with Yitzchak, as we have mentioned. We have already explained his mystical significance in our discussion of Parshas Vayeshev in reference to the dreams of the chief butler and the chief baker. In any case, the numerical value of Yosef is 6 times that of the name Havaya. Yosef is Yud Vav Samach Pei, 10 plus 6 plus 60 plus 8, which is 156, and 8 times 26 is 156. The significance of these 6 names of Havaya is as follows. We have explained in numerous contexts, including that of the commandment of circumcision, in our discussion of Parshas Lecha at length, that even though the 5 states of Chesed spread throughout the body of Ze'er Anpin, from Chesed to Yesod, nonetheless, the radiance of all the 5 states of Chesed is absorbed in Yesod. The 5 states of Gevurah descend into Yesod as well. The content of all the Midos coalesces in Yesod, where it is prepared to be transferred to expression in Malchus.
One minute.
Still,
Hold on. Okay, Jim, continue.
we can't hear you.
Yeah, we're having a hard time hearing you.
Me?
Problem with your
Yeah, Yochai, we lost your volume.
your audio is not good. Still not good.
Yeah, it said
Better.
before. I'm going to mute and unmute.
Okay. I mean, I can hear you, but it's lighter.
Very faint.
How's this? Same?
A little better, but all of a sudden you faded away.
Yeah.
Did you hit a key?
Did I what?
Did you hit a key or something?
Hand a key?
Did you hit a key by accident?
No, I didn't touch anything. And I don't know even where there's a mic volume here. Internet. Show hidden icons.
Now you're getting
That's
better.
better.
I did
getting
nothing.
better.
Maybe as you're closer, you're getting closer, you're better. I don't know.
I've
But you
done no, I've
changed.
done nothing.
Now you're
better.
good.
You're right now.
Now
You're good.
Now you're good.
Right, you're good now.
Don't lean back in your chair and talk.
How now?
Now you're good.
No, it's something in the freaky in the computer.
Yes, you're fine now, though.
Okay, good. I'm also right near my router. Okay.
Well, still.
So yeah,
even,
Jim, continue 69 at the top.
Yeah. Still, even though all 5 states of Chesed and all 5 states of Gevurah descend into Yesod, their main states are the 3 revealed states of Chesed, that is, those present in Tiferes, Netzach, and Hod, as is known. As mentioned elsewhere, Yesod of Ima extends into the upper third of Tiferet of Zer Anpin, meaning that the drive of the intellect to express itself is present in the midot, produced by the intellect as far as the intellectual aspect of Tiferet. From that point on, the midot take over, and the dominant consciousness is that of pure midot, with the intellectual rationale for the midot present only in the background. So, now, the 3 revealed states of Gevurah are sweetened by the 3 revealed states of Chesed there in the Yesod. Now, it's true that all 5 states of Gevurah are given to the feminine parts of Nukva, that is, into her das, as is known, and so too all 5 states of Chesed are transferred to the feminine parts of during the coupling of Zer Anpin and Nukva as a drop of male water, that is seed. Nevertheless, since the lower 3 states are revealed lights only, are revealed lights, only their source and their radiance remains in Yesod. Though all 5 states of Chesed and Gevurah that make up the sub-Sifirot of Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, that's Achod of Zer Anpin, pass through its Yesod, what remains in it is the lower midot, the summation of Chesed and Gevurah in Tiferet, and the orientation of the midot outward in Netzach and Hod. These states are the 3 names Chavaya of the revealed states of Chesed, and those 3 revealed states of Gevurah. The 6 names Chavaya are the numerical equivalent of Yosef. Yosef, as we know, personified Yesod.
Okay, and that's what I just explained in number 21. That basically is the 3 states of Gevurah and the 3 states of Chesed in Yesod that hang out there 6 times 3. I'm sorry, and 6 times 26 is Yosef 156. That's it in a nutshell. Okay. Next, we're gonna leave Avram, Yitzchak, and Yosef, and we're gonna speak about Yesod 22. So this is what I think is going on here. Chesed and Gevurah. Do you guys have the Sephardic tree in your heads?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want, we had it a few weeks ago. You can look back to that.
Yeah, no.
What page was it on? Huh?
We have it on page 60, if you need.
Page 60, so you can refer to that.
Okay.
Okay. Chesed and Gvura are on the right and left. They represent extremes of benevolence and extremes of aggressiveness or strict justice. Tiferes in the middle tempers the extremes and creates a harmony where each one balances the other. We have just the right amount of benevolence of chesed and just the right amount of gvura, aggressiveness or judgment, so that you can live. We don't want all the police with their knees on everyone's necks, but we don't need to defund the police either. We have to have the happy medium, right?
Right.
So that's Tiferes. Tiferes is a happy medium where each side is involved, but with balance, in moderation, as they say, with balance. Very healthy harmony. Now, the same way we go down the next triad. You have Netzach on the right, Hod on the left. Yesod in the middle tempers the two extremes, Netzach and Hod, and also creates a harmony where each one balances the other. And so based on this, I've never seen this before. So this is what I start off, this is what I think it means. Based on this, we can refer to Tiferes as the first arbitrator. And then Yesod would be the second arbitrator. Tiferes is the it's the balance for the second triad of Spheros, and Yesod is the arbitrator for the third triad. This is an arbitrary translation. Okay, it's not the best translation. Maybe balance would be better.
Yeah, because it also includes the Chesed and Gevura, which are also coalesced into Yesod. So it isn't just Netzach and Hod.
I think right now we're talking specifically about Netzach and Hod. I mean, Netzach is considered a subcategory of Chesed, and Hod is a subcategory of Gura.
But they're all revealed in Yesod.
Yes, yeah, but I'm not sure if that applies here. Again, what is? Can you guys hear my cuckoo clock?
No.
No, okay. It's ringing now. Like I said, I think the better word would be balance, but here we use this word for a reason. Do you guys have a sitter near you? Alan has. I know Alan has. Alan showed me his.
Yeah.
So go to page 26 in the Chabad sitter. If you have a different sitter, let me know.
Hold on, please.
Okay.
I have the annotated.
That's Kaddish.
So both
Page
Kaddish
25 in the
Rabbanan?
annotated.
Which page?
In the annotated 25.
Okay, so
In the classic edition, page 26. In others, it would be before the Rabbanan Kaddish.
Well, that's 26 in mine.
What is the last line of Rabbi Shmuel Omer until before the Kaddish, before the Yibana Beis Hamikdash?
We hear its own.
Huh?
Before
you hear a song. Before you hear a song. Yes,
okay.
So what does it say? It says that likewise, if you have two verses,
they contradict.
They contradict each other.
The meaning can be determined by a third.
When
which
the third one,
them.
And what?
Which reconciles them.
Reconcile. That might be a better word. And the third one reconciles the other two.
Right.
Yes.
And that word, hamachria, it will reconcile the two. And that's what this word in Hebrew refers to, that he translates as arbitrator. It would be to reconcile. That Tiferes reconciles reconcilor. Is that a real word? It is now. That's where the Hebrew word is taken from. Side from, okay, so it's known as just like there, it's the third that reconciles 1 and 2. Here too, you saw Tiferes reconciles Chachma and Bina, and Yesod reconciles Netzach and Hod. So this is what I'm assuming, because I haven't seen this anywhere else. And he doesn't explain this well. But aside from this, Yesod also contains the three revealed states of Chesed and the three revealed states of Gvura that are tempered. Jim, this is what you were saying, I guess.
Yeah.
This is another reason why Yesod is called a reconciler. Reconciler. Because it has to reconcile, and it has to hold both the three states of Chesed and the three states of Gvura. Okay, so that's what he says in the next piece. That's what I think it says in the next piece, and again why it's called the second reconciler. Okay, Jim, now you can read inside.
So with this knowledge, you can understand why Yesod is called the second arbitrator for the said reason, namely, that in it, the three revealed states of Chesed are intertwined with the three revealed states of Gevura, which are thereby sweetened. The first arbitrator is Tiferet, which reconciles Chesed and Gevura. Here, Yesod reconciles the state of Chesed and Gevura above it.
Yeah, so my feeling is that the usual reason given why it's called the arbitrator is because of Netzach and Hod.
Right.
So it doesn't say it here, but I'm assuming that. But here it does say like a second reason.
Right.
Hold on. Okay, before you go on, I got to go on to 23.
Okay.
Even though it's in the middle, Yesod leans to the left. Again,
Fine.
I haven't what's it called this? I haven't seen this anywhere else. It may be connected to the idea that Tiferes, which is in the middle, leans to the right. That I do know. We say Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes. Chesed is benevolence, Gevura, aggressiveness, our discipline, and then you have Tiferes, which is the harmonious balance of them. But they say that Tiferes does lean to the right. Tiferes is Chesed within reason. So where Chesed by itself is just unbridled benevolence, kindness. When you temper it, and you say we're just not going to have an open spigot here. There's going to be we're going to do this with a where there's going to be a process. We're gonna we're not just giving everything to everybody. So we're still going to be compassionate, but it's not going to be like it was before. Okay, you're not going to have an unlimited credit card. We're going to put a limit on the credit card. So Tiferes, we say, is not exactly in the middle between Chesed and Gvura. It does lean to the right. Tiferes is also considered a compassionate sphira like Chesed. So it could. So my guess is that just like Tiferes leans to the right, that's the same idea when we say that Yesod leans to the left. It's closer to Hod than to Netzach. Yesod refers to the bris milah, and the letter of Yitzchak, like we said before, they are scrambled, can spell Kates Chai, which refers to the bris, the end of the one who's alive. We can see this in the name Yesod. You see that Yesod leans to the left in its name. The three states of Gvura that remain in Yesod are three names Havaya. 26 times 3 is 78. Add the three states of Gvura, and you get 81. Yesod is 80, and 1 for the Kolel, which is the wild card, gives us 81. In other words, Yesod equals and why? And you could say this. I guess you could say this for the three states of Chesed too, but we don't. We don't. So You have to know if it does apply or doesn't apply. Whoever wrote this book knows that it only refers to Gvura and not to Chesed. So in other words, that Yesod is connected to the left side, the side of Gvura. And that's what we see from here. And so we see it in the number of Yesod being 80, and the 3 states of Gvura is 3 times 26, gives us 78, plus 1 for each state of Gvura, gives us 81. So as they say, close doesn't count, except in horseshoes, hand grenades, and gematria. Okay, so Jim, you can continue here. I think at the top
So-
of 70.
70, yes. With this, you can also understand why this Sephira is called Yesod. The reason is that this Sephira tends to the left, this being the mystical meaning of the live end, referring to the Yesod tending towards Yitzhak, which is the left axis. As mentioned above, the name Yitzhak, Isaac, Yud Tzarech Chet Kuf, can be rearranged to spell the live end. Ketz Chai Kuf Tzarech Chet Yud. The midot are also known as the 6 ends or extremities, inasmuch as they define the 6 directions of 3-dimensional space.
I think what he's saying here is that Kates, we say Ketz Chai, an end that's alive, or the end of the one who's alive. So Ketz also refers to one sphera, each sphera. So Ketz Chai would be the sphera that is alive.
Mhm.
I didn't catch that before. I have the Shalah that I read a lot. He refers to the 6 Vav Ksavos, the 6 extremities, or like 6 sides of a cube.
Mhm.
I'm referring to the Midos.
Hmm.
Especially when he needs number 6. So he does that, he uses that a lot. Okay, go ahead.
The numerical value of the 3 states of Gevurah that remain in it, which are the 3 names of Havaya, is 78. Together with 1 for each of them, this adds up to 81, which is the numerical value of Yesod with the Kolel. 3 times 26, 78. Yesod is Yud Samech Vav Daled. 10 plus 60 plus 6 plus 4 is 80.
Okay. And
Another-
the reason why we need Yitzchak here is because Yitzchak shows us that that he has connections with Yesod. Being that Yitzchak can be switched to be Ketz Chai teaches us that Yitzchak is connected to Yesod. Okay, so I really, whatever. In my notes here, I cut to the chase and I bring up the main points. 24. A second reason for the name Yesod. Yesod is 80, as are the 2 names Ka, Adni. Yud Hey is 15, Adni is 65, which is a total of 80.
Mhm.
So Ka Adni is 80. What does Ka Adni, the names of Hashem, have to do with anything? How do we see that that's connected with Yesod, other than the number? There are 7 names of Hashem corresponding to the 7 brachos in Shmoneh Esrei on Shabbos. You guys probably know weekday Shmoneh Esreis have 19 brachos. On Shabbos, we keep the first 3, we keep the last 3. The middle 13, we remove, and we just put in 1 bracha for Shabbos. So we have 7 brachos on the Shabbos Shmoneh Esrei. The middle bracha, which refers to Shabbos, corresponds to the names Ka Adni. Baruch Atah Hashem Mikadesh HaShabbos. That's how we conclude the middle bracha. So the middle bracha is about Shabbos, and it says that it's Ka Adni.
Mhm.
Now, we usually talk about Malchus as the 7th Sphira, but Malchus, the Nukva, is actually another person, right? That when the male interacts with female, so it's another person.
Mhm.
But if you're talking just about one person, then Yesod, corresponding to the bris, is the 6th Sphira, and the tip of the bris is the seventh Sphira, Malchus. Now, I can say that we rarely refer to Malchus in this way. I don't know if we've seen it anywhere else. I know we had it here in the
We
Pithy.
had
I
it,
remember
we had it once. I remember this came up.
I remember coming across it when we learned this 6 years ago. I remember coming across it.
Yeah.
But anywhere else, I don't know that I've seen it anywhere else.
Right.
So it's really unusual to speak in this way. But here he does say clearly that within one person, without going to another person, within one person, that Malchus is the tip of the bris. The part that remains after the mile cuts off. Okay, not that tip. Okay. Don't ask your mile if he has a tip for you. Therefore, Malchus can be looked at as ancillary to Yesod, or a subsphere of Yesod, just like the tip is what's the word? Ancillary to the bris itself. Malchus can be considered an ancillary to Yesod, or a subsphere of Yesod. To summarize, Ka Adni corresponds to the bracha of Shabbos. The bracha of Shabbos is obviously Malchus and Yesod, and Ka Adni equals 80. So therefore, the name of this Sphira, Yesod, also equals 80. That's what we're going to say in the next part, and that's the simple way to say it. 8:15. Okay, Gershon, you want to continue?
If I knew where we were.
Another
reason Sphira is called Yesod, good.
Yeah.
Is the following. What is written in the Zohar about the verse, remember the Shabbos day, concerning the 7 names is well known. They are called 7 pearls, and the Shabbos is called Ka Adni. These 7 names that issue from the names of Yud He Bab and Ekie are discussed elsewhere. In that discussion, it is explained that these 7 names are associated with the 7 blessings of the Shabbos Amida, and that the 4th blessing of the Shabbos Amida, which is the only one that refers specifically to the Shabbos, is associated with the name Ka Adni.
Now hold on. He starts off by saying Yud, K, Vav, and Ekya. I think that's just the way it is. It's not connected with what we're talking about here.
Yeah, the 7 names.
Yeah, right. Okay, go ahead.
It is also known that the Sabbath is associated with Yesod, which is called the 7th. Oh, I thought Malchus was the 7th. Normally, we associate the Shabbos with Malchus, the 7th Midah. However, in the context of Zer Anpin, Malchus is not truly a separate Sephira, but is called the crown of the Yesod, associated physically with the glands of the male reproductive organ. Malchus come into its own only as the full parsef of Nukba. Thus, the 7th of the Midos within Zer Anpin, and therefore the Sabbath as well, can still be considered to be part of Yesod. Okay. Therefore, the numerical value of Yesod is the same as that of the names Ka'adni. Yesod equals 80 as above. Ka'adni, Yud, He, Aleph, Dalet, Nun, Yud, 10 plus 5 plus 1 plus 4 plus 50 plus 10 equals 15 plus 65, 80. These 2 names correspond to the 2 aspects of Yesod. Yesod itself and its crown. Yesod itself is called Ka, and its crown is called Adni. Furthermore, the Yesod of...
Hold on.
Yeah, we haven't had this part.
That's why I summarized it. To summarize, Ka Adni corresponds to the bracha of Shabbos, which is Yesod or Malchus. Ka Adni equals 80. So this Sphira is one that also equals 80. Okay? And what you asked about Malchus, that really Shabbos is Malchus, or so I explained that in here, because Malchus is the tip of Yesod.
Right.
So it's considered in a sense like a subsphere of Yesod.
Mhm.
Okay, so far, so now we're going to do a third idea of Yesod, and that is Leah and Rachel represent two types of Nukva that Yesod interacts with. Their Yesod, the Yesod of Leah and Rachel, is represented by a closed final mem, a closed shape, open in the middle, reminiscent of the womb. Okay, if the male Yesod, if the Yesod by male is the bris, then the Yesod for the female is also reproductive organ, and the closed mem, the final mem, is like a shape like a wool, or I don't know what a womb is shaped like, but you get the idea. And mem is 40, so one mem for Leah, one mem for Rachel, 40 and 40 gives us 80. Again, Yesod. So this is a third reason why we have the name Yesod. Okay, Gershon, go ahead.
Furthermore, the Yesod of Leah and the Yesod of Rachel are signified by the two final mems, the combined numerical value of which is also that of Yesod. Leah and Rachel are two partsufin of Nukba, as we know. The female Yesod, the womb, is indicated by a final closed mem, which depicts a closed, empty space that will be filled by the male seed. The numerical value of mem is 40, so the two Yesods of Leah and Rachel equals together 80, the numerical value of Yesod.
You go ahead.
This indicates that Yesod couples with the two Yesods of Rachel and Leah.
Okay, thank you. And I made a little mark here to remove the apostrophes. Okay? Yes, okay. All right. Wouldn't recommend using this as a pickup line, though, in a bar.
I don't think so.
Okay. So next, this is where my notes run out, but I'll wing it a little bit.
All right.
We'll do a little bit more. We speak in a number of places about the 32 paths of wisdom. We find 32 when Hashem created the world in the beginning of Bereshis. It says Elokim, Elokim. It doesn't say Hashem until later on. The Elokim is written 32 times. So we have 32 times the name of Elokim. Obviously, Elokim is connected with Gvura, connected with discipline, connected with creation of the world, which can only happen if the light is channeled the proper way. So the light has to be channeled. That is Elokim, the name Elokim, and so there are 32. We also have spoken about the initial blast of light that was too strong, overwhelmed the system, and we had a big short, blackout. Not a Wall Street big short, the electrician's big short. And there were 288 nitzutzos, 288 sparks or shards that fell. We see this, the 288, in the early description of the Torah, where it says that the breath of Hashem, or the spirit of Hashem, was hovering over the water. And the word for hovering, mirachefes, can be looked at with two. We can cut the word into reish peches mes. 288 died. 208 with this initial blast of creation. 288 shards.
Mhm.
The containers shattered, and there were 288 broken pieces there. Another place where we have another, what is this 288? 288 is 4 times 72. So 72, as we know, is the largest value of Havaya, of Hashem's name. And I don't remember specifically exactly, but there was, but something happened with 4 names Havaya, and they shattered, and that's where we get the 288. Then we had a lot more about the shards, I think, back in, I don't remember, Bereshit or Noah. So these are 288. If we do 288 plus the 32 pathways of wisdom, we get 320. Thank you, 320. Okay, so that's what we're gonna look at now. We'll do a little bit more. Gershon, go ahead. We'll go till just above the bottom of the page.
I forget where we are.
Center of 71.
31. Now that we have explained, no, where are we?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Now that we have explained the 2 names of Isaac and Joseph, and how both are manifestations of the state of Geburah, we'll now explain how these 2 names combine and thereby contain all the states of Geburah. The summation of all the states of judgment are the 288 sparks that were rectified by the 32 names Elohim, which were other states of judgment, as is known. Altogether, these sum to 320 sparks, as previously explained by
Hold
Chaim.
on.
Yeah.
So the 288 sparks correspond to all states of judgment. And that were rectified by the 32 names Elohim,
Which are also states of
which are
judgment.
other states of judgment.
Mhm.
You just
Judgment,
said-
judgment, yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
And it's all 320.
Okay.
When the vessels of Tohu shattered, 288 general sparks were entrapped in the fallen remains of these vessels. In the account of creation, the Torah refers to Hashem exclusively by the name Elohim, and this name is used exactly 32 times. The creation of this physical world, subsequent to the collapse of the world of Tohu, effected a certain rectification in the shattered vessels, preparing them for their further rectification by man.
Creation.
Mhm.
It's
Okay.
like a pre-prep. Now, the combined value of Isaac and Yesod is 288.
Hmm.
These 2 will
Mhm.
be explained. Hold on a second. Hold on, I can do it here. Excellent. Good. I'm trying to.
Yitzchak is 208.
No, I just have to
and Yesod
project the
is
call.
80. I'm just-
Okay,
yeah.
hold on. Right. Now, the combined value of Isaac and Yesod is 288. These 2 will be explained more fully in our comments to Parsha Vayera on the verse, on the day Isaac was weaned. Isaac,
Okay.
Sadik Het Kuf, 208, Yesod, 80, as above, 208 plus 80, 288.
Okay.
Should we start there or should we continue?
I vote that we stop here at
All right.
29, and next
Yeah.
is a little bit different.
Good.
Yep.
And it'll give me a chance to do the to finish up the notes there.
Okay,
Okay.
Excellent.
Everyone
Thank
have a
you.
good evening.
Question. Do you want me to share the notes with you?
Yes.
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 Okay, I'll do
Please.
that now.
I
Okay.
saved them
Okay.
all in its own little folder.
Huh?
I have all the notes you did in its own little folder.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'm shattered. I mean flattered. Oh, wait a
Good.
minute. Wait a minute.
What?
I gotta stop the recording.
Okay. Still says live.
Yeah, we're
Uh-huh.
live on YouTube.
Still alive.